Okay, part 2 of drawing this frontal portrait. Something I forgot to have you guys do when we were drawing is shape up his face. So, if you kind of look at the photocopy, it's almost squared right here, and it has a little more of a curve there. So I need to kind of square his chin off, his jawline right there, and it comes down and curves. Pretty much stays to the egg shape. Comes back up in here a little bit inside of that egg and curves up into there. So it's more of the shape of his face. It needs a little bit of a curve up in here, just a little bit. That way you can kind of see his chin and his jawline and his... Okay. So now we're ready to paint. For this one, we're going to do split complementary colors. So my split complementary colors I have chosen are yellow-orange, yellow-green, and violet. Because remember, split complementary, you go from straight across and then on either side of it. You split it. So the opposite of violet is yellow, but I want on either side of yellow, so that's yellow-orange and yellow-green. So yellow-orange will be my light, yellow-green will be my medium, and violet will be my dark. The first step is, of course, to figure out where your lights, mediums, and darks are at. So, my lights, mediums, darks, looks like I'm already down to pretty much 3 except for his hair, which we will have to, can't be the darks just in the hair, so we have to put some darks in the face. So since the darkest are in the hair and the eyebrows and the eyes and the ear, we have to bring some of these down into the darks down here. So I'm going to start on his forehead. I'm going to combine these two for my light. So there's my light. I'm going to find my dark. I'm going to go right there, which means when I go to do my hair, I'm going to have to do a slightly different value right next to it. I can't do dark against dark. This will probably have to be either a medium or a light. And then I have another light section over here on his side of his face. I'm going to make that dark, so that'll be medium, so this will be light. This will be light. There's a little light space up on top of its eyelid right here, and then it skips down with a medium in there and then a light spot in there. I'm just trying to mark all my lights right now, pretty much. A light spot here. This big shape in here for light. Comes into his nose right there. That's all light. Another space on his chin is light. Now he doesn't have any light on this side on his lips. However, if I flip it back over, you can see there's a light spot right here. So I'm going to give him kind of a light spot in here so you can actually see his lips. If you look on his lips, you've got a light here, medium and medium, or even a dark and a dark with the medium underneath somehow. Okay, so in his ears, a light spot in there. light. Kind of unusual, but he has a light spot on the side, on both sides of his face. Down here in the neck, I'm going to count that as a light. That is a light. The collar, I'm going to make pretty much all of this collar right here. Comes down, all light. Remember, ignore that little lettering right there. I'm going to make this same thing right here of the collar light. And this section back here light. Alright, so let's draw those light shapes in. Actually, nah, we're just going to paint. We have them kind of laid out on here. We're just going to go ahead and paint them. If you want to draw them in, go ahead. But I'm just going to go straight to painting. The first step you're going to do is called UnderPaint. And UnderPaint is a watered down paint. So you're going to take your big brush and your palette. You're going to hold your palette right next to your water and get a puddle of water. Water can be taken with the brush. I don't want you making a whole lot of paint with the brush though. Okay, I'm going to take and get just a little bit of, I said yellow, orange is going to be my light, didn't I? Okay, bring up my brush before I paint with it. Get any paint. I'm going to get a little bit of my yellow orange. Just on the tip of the brush is all I need. And I'm going to mix it in with that puddle. Should be like watercolor basically, kind of a runny paint. Just a little bit of color with the water is all it is. Okay. Now I'm going to take that watercolor, that underpaint, and paint it put it where I think I need my lights. Doesn't have to be perfect right now. I'm just going to get it filled in here. Put that yellow orange in there where I think it needs to go. There. If I need to go to a smaller brush than I do, then I can go ahead and do that. A little bit up there. A little bit inside his eye right here. And on this eye. Light spot right here. Pick up some of that from up there because it puddled. Then I'm going to go in here. It's going to come in through here. This doesn't have to be perfect right now. I'm just trying to get kind of the basics of where everything's going. This is the underpainting, so it will cover up later with my colors except for where I put violet. Pick up more paint because I'm all out of the mixed paint on my palette. All I'm trying to do is get the basic areas in of where everything goes. On the neck too. Oops, forgot my lips. Slide this up a little so you can see what I'm doing. I'll cover quite a bit of this collar, side of the collar. Just trying to get it filled in. I'm not worried too much about being exact right now. I'm just getting it covered up. The main reason we do underpainting is to get rid of the white paper so that when we paint with a thicker paint, it'll disappear on me. I won't see that white paper anymore. It'll all be color. I'm on his shoulder back here because it's white. Okay, now I get my ears. I'm going to put a little bit of light value in the ear right here to get it to pop out a little bit, and it'll show up more when I do the regular paint, and right there. And then on the left ear, put it about here. More paint here. Put it about there, and on the lobe to make that pop out. Okay, so there's all my light spots. Now I can clean out my brush, make sure I wipe it off, dry it off with a paper towel a little bit, make sure it's clean. If it still has any color in it, you keep cleaning it out, push it around in the water, gently wipe it up until it's clean water. And then I'm going to take a little piece of my paper towel, rip it off, and I'm just going to wipe this out. Okay, next I'm going to do my darks. So I need a underpainting for violet. So again, I'm going to get my water, hold my palette right next to my water, and a little bit of violet on my brush. Mix it in with that water really well. You can only use the brush for mixing the underpaint. Everything else has to be done with a palette knife for mixing. Okay, so now I'm going to find all my dark areas. Got a dark area here on his forehead. So my dark is my violet. His eyebrows are dark. Eyeballs. We'll actually have a little bit of medium in there too, but I'm just going to fill it all in right now. A little bit of dark right along there. Get it to show up. Too much water. Can't quite get enough color there. Add a A little more color to my water here. It's a little too thin. Let's show up. Now, if it's the yellow-orange is still wet, then it's going to run right into it. And it'll mix. So you just got to be careful on that. If I have a big old puddle right there, I'm going to kind of dab to dry it a little bit with my paper towel. I don't smear, I just dab. The crease is dark. Crease of his eyelid is dark. The dark comes underneath this eye right here. Comes around the outside here. Comes underneath the eye right there. He's got some dark in the lips, and I have to kind of alter this just a little bit, or it's not going to show up. And on the upper lip, I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom here for him to have more of a lip, because it's hard to see in the photocopy that I altered. It's a little bit easier to see in the original. You see it gets darker on the towards where the two lips meet. That's why I'm putting that dark in there. There's a dark spot underneath his lip right there. If I look at the original. And a little bit of dark spot that comes in across here. Goes in over here, right next to the lip. And leave some space between that shadow and the lip there, bottom lip. Little bit of a dark spot over here. Basically looks like where his mustache is. A little bit of a dark spot down in there. Alright, his nose. Have a dark spot over here. Underneath the nostrils. Dark spot all along over here. Dark spot all over here. Dark spot under his chin right here. And on the side of his neck.